Yo, good morning. I want to kind of be quiet this morning because my family wakes up kind of later. Because they're lazy butts, and I'm Corporal Dumsha, and I always wake up early, baby. Do my Bible studies and shit like that. Or just chill and dance around and work out, or just, mess around. Yo, shorty bad as my salad, slim pretty face and no stomach. Hey, I'm over here with the surfboard with TD Jakes, my dude. They say that Jesus of Nazareth, the realest you come across. I was just listening to 27 by Wale, shout out, before I'm starting this little class, which is going to be me whooping ass. It's like, I'm just going to read something that I wrote that throughout my life I fix up sometimes, and it's kind of like my AutoBiography pretty much. I think everybody should do that, for real. I mean, that's just what I do. That's my thoughts on it, but that's just what I do. Shorty bad as Marcel is pretty face and no stomach. Freaking, yeah. But in the song 27, he goes, Jesus of Nazareth is the realest you come across. That's nice. Like, I just woke up from that, and I was like, hey, sorry if I can do my shit. I was like, alright, let's get this day started. I'm resting my leg, because I've been, as a personal trainer, I overtrain sometimes myself. So I'm resting my leg during these weathers, this cold weather and whatnot. Dude, this is what I do, bro. Forget. Never ever. Hope y'all had a good Valentine's Day. As you can tell, I did. Alright. Shout out to Nicole for the Valentine's Day flower. I'm the Pink Ranger. I'm the White Ranger. She's the Pink Ranger. So, well, actually, it's one of the secret of my Roseburg. But shout out. I love it. It's beautiful. I absolutely love it. Love you till the end of time, forever and ever. What me and my wives do. Nobody take it. You can't take my ideas. You already know that. But we renew our vows every single day, and that's what I said the day we got married. I said, hey, with me, it's going to be a new vow every single day. Vow is what you say at the wedding and stuff. So that's part of how we stay young. Youth style, Neverland style, and it's a fun game. You know what I'm saying? It's a fun game. It's more than a game. It's life. It's tight. It's love. Yeah. What else do I want to say? Yeah, this one's not going to be as long as the other one. And, yep. I'm gonna try to do a little bit variations of this too. Alright, so I gotta read off my phone. Alright. This is freestyle. Let's just do it. Let's just go. As I start this new chapter of my life, of our life together, you know who you are, on February 18th, 2022. It rained this morning. The snow just melted from the ground. The blizzard / hurricane Elsa hit Pasadena, Maryland, and then I helped melt it with my heart and soul, Anna style, ignite style. Yin Yang Twin Flame swag, 144 La Vida Loca. Doing that with my Phoenix. That's what I call my car, because that's a nickname for it. Everybody should nickname their car. I had my first ever car was a Ford Tourist. You know, shout out to my boys. You already know who you are. On Ball Harbor Road, well not. But they hooked me up with my green Ford Taurus, yo. A 99 Ford Taurus, the Green Goblin soldier. And dude, but then after I shipped out and went away, I came back and I freaking wrecked it after partying one night. Cause but I got a new whip. The 06 Nissan Sentra, which was nice. The Blue Blast, that was fresh as shit. That was my car. The Swag Surfer too. Every car gets a Swag Surfer though. I bought that with my own money and whatnot, like every car. And that ended up getting wrecked too on the way to work one time. It was all good. So I got another new whip, which was like a Honda CR-V, which was pretty tight. I like that too. But the engine blew up on that one during one of my orders for Marines and shit. A lot of long distance driving, and I was like 20. I was like in my young 20s at the time, and it was hot as shit out, and the engine freaking blew up. Thank God no one got hurt and all that. But now I got my car now, which is the Phoenix. You know, but every now and then, sometimes I'll just hitch a ride from one of my wives, or just walk somewhere, or run somewhere, or just fly somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So I think I have thought very deeply about my life and all the moments in it, and by the way, this doesn't make me soft, by the way. This is my college professor, godly setting. Don't catch me outside when I'm doing Corporal Dumsha, drill instructor. You already know. I'm Mr. Cool, Mr. Swag, Mr. Team Jacob Israel, and all that good stuff. Skittles taste the rainbow, but don't get it twisted. Yep. Don't say. Where'd the video out from? I began another new chapter, new life of my life, and I am eager as ever. I'm 27 years old. I decided to start writing once again another chapter of my life for this, and I hope it all turns out good. And as I'm going to do that, I'm going to say a little bit about what I've already been through in my life. Memories, hardships, accomplishments, and events that I've given and have given me this exact moment in my life. As I began doing this in my entrepreneurship, that I have given me, here I stay in good old City by the Bay, Pasadena, about 5-10 minutes from Baltimore, right around the corner from Glen Barney. I've been around the block, like Emmanuel, Felicia, Tarzan, Tanisha, T.H. man. Alright, I'm doing this in my study. So here we go. I'm not going to try and get attention for this. Never have. As you can tell, popularity is not what you go for in life. You go for your heart and soul. Love from yourself is the ultimate love, besides God. And then comes your immediate loving wife, my wife, in my case, and child, who absolutely adores me as I adore him, and family and loved ones. So yeah. And just to show myself, and maybe others, what has made up my life so far. This is Samuel Jacob Dumsha. Jacob's also Israel. Confirmation names: David, Yama Ensemble. I'm gonna make sure I post that. There's a song called Yama Ensemble, Ballad to King David, and it pretty much explains it. It's really beautiful. I'll try to post that as well, along with other videos I usually do. Chapter 1. It's not really chapters. Let's just say paragraph 1. Early life. Well, there are many places to begin, but what better start than when I was brought to Earth? So obviously, all this information is now. Before I go on, and like this is like the first time I'm really gonna do something like this with my autobiography, because I don't usually, honestly, I really don't like talking about myself that much, but I do like people knowing what I'm all about, because that's how you know. And at 27, it's a perfect, as good as a time as ever, I believe, to do it, at least at this time right now. You know, think of it as like the polar bear totem is one of my totems besides the Black Panther. So I'm good at breaking the ice, if you know what I'm saying. So think of it as like this is a date, you know what I'm saying? This is like a date. This is our date. Counseling, therapy, whatever you want to call it. I don't know shit. I'm world class, remember? Excuse my French, by the way. I am 27 years old. I'm a father. I'm a USCMC Marine Corps veteran. I was, with the college and all that. So I've partied a lot. So plus I have 6 siblings and a big family. So excuse me if I slip up with the cuss words. And doesn't say you can't cuss in the 10 Commandments. I never got people who judge other people because of that. Like, I hate people who judge anyways. Excuse me, I don't hate anybody, but you know what I'm saying. Like what God says, stay in your own route, your road. Don't cause others to slip up. Don't judge others. 144, like, you know what I'm saying? There are many places to begin, but what better start than when I was brought to Earth? So obviously all this information is from my own memory and bank, but it's what I have been told, seen on my own family videos, my own life, pictures of documents, family, sharing moments with friends and family, etc., etc., and once again from my own dreams and memories, and they're real. I was born on April 9th, 1994 at UMBC in Baltimore, Maryland, the year of the dog in Chinese tradition, the zodiac sign of Aries, and the stone of the diamond. Weighing 7.2 pounds, I was the smallest out of 6 other siblings, and as a newborn, to my mother and father, to my mother and my father, Joseph Anthony Dumsha Jr. I was a rather small baby and was quiet. I rarely cried, and I was a smiley baby who liked to kick a lot of ass. I didn't say that. I said who liked to kick a lot. As told by my parents. And I've seen it myself on like videos. From the time, home videos, legit ones, real ones. From the time of when I was an infant, I was always seen to have health problems and near death. When I was around 3 years old, I swallowed a Lego. My father was the only one with me at the time and had to take his finger all the way down my throat to achieve it. My mother would then come home to see a bloody mess, and my father holding me dearly, knowing I was almost a baby gone. This experience was probably the reason for my talking problems later in life. When I was little. Like I said in previous videos, I used to have a problem talking before I got my speech lessons and all that good stuff. And I used to have massive ear infections when I was little. I sprained my leg somehow when I was a baby as well, which led to me not walking right when I was like an infant as well. This is all when I was like 2 or 3 years old, as I was told by family. Around 5 or 6, I was going to have my tonsils removed, and my older sister, Shannon, was getting her operation at the same time in her room as well. Hers was successful, but I wasn't as lucky. I remember coming home from the hospital. I was about to go sleep in the bedroom upstairs. We were a huge family in a 6-bedroom house, so me and my younger sister used to sleep with my mother for a little bit as we were little in the master bedroom. I remember coughing up blood on the bed, and my mom quickly took me to the emergency room along with my grandfather, Daniel Hong. He was also a Marine as well. The doctors at first thought it wasn't as serious, so they sat me upright to see if it happened again. My mom did not like this at all, so she took me and went to another hospital. I was actually bleeding from the inside, so if they would have let me sitting upright, I would have suffocated in my own blood. Luckily, my mom noticed this and took me to the doctors who could fix it. Another injury that would happen to me would come when me and my family were still living at our old house in Silver Sands, Glen Burnie, Maryland. I was jumping on the bed. When I pause like that, it's because I'm scrolling, because I got to do it off my phone. So I was jumping on the bed with my older bro, who is 8 years older than me. We're 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't know. I really don't know. I forgot. He used to always, mess with me and tease me throughout my life as I was the youngest boy. You know how it is when you're in a big Hebrew family. And fair enough, smallest brother. Back in the day. He jumped too hard and I went flying and landed square on my nose, breaking it and giving me a deviated septum throughout my life. You can't really tell, but it's hard to breathe sometimes. It's just like, oddly about that. You can't really freaking tell. A deviated septum. It's not even worth getting fixed because obviously I'm fine. I can breathe fine. I remember my mother wasn't home yet and my older siblings were taking care of me as I laid on the couch, literally thinking I was going to die. Quite humorous looking back now, but it was the exact opposite looking when it was happening. I remember my siblings laughing and saying I wasn't going to die, but I didn't believe them. I literally thought I was going to die. One more event I would like to mention. I guess I'm kind of over dramatic sometimes. One more event I would like to mention was when I was in 2nd grade. Now this was at our new house in Revere Beach, Pasadena, Maryland. My father recently bought and installed our pool in the backyard. Me and my brother was rushing to go swimming, and there was a ladder you had to unhook and drop down with very sharp edges. I was standing right in the harm's way, and then he put the ladder down real fast, and not paying attention, he quickly drops it right on my head. The metal ladder was sharp, and it jams the top of my chrome. I remember feeling liquid coming from the head as I believed it needed to be sweat. I quickly learned that the blood is raining down from my head, and I am once again rushed to the ER. I remember always being calm when injuries or accidents happened to me. I never was scared or worried, as I knew my family and God was always around me to protect me and fix me, and the angels. I stayed lying in the hospital bed, and the doctor asked me to hold his hand as they stitch up the scar. Luckily, it was not that deep, but he asked me, do you like wrestling? I grew up watching the WWF with my older brothers and his buddies, and got me into it, and I used to love watching it. Then the downstairs living room with them and my father and my brothers. They used to always do wrestling moves on me, like choke slams and power bombs, like stuff like that. So I said yes, and he asked, who's your favorite wrestler? And I excitingly respond, The Rock. I used to always love The Rock. They always rooted for Stone Cold. Like me and my other brother's buddy, best friend, he's Italian too. Looks like me. We used to love The Rock. He's like, when no one else really did, when The Rock wasn't like huge yet as he is now. This was in like the early mid-90s. I mean the mid-90s, late 90s. So The Rock wasn't as big as he is now. And there was never an African American world champion in the WWF. Think about that. The Rock was the first one. So this is before all that. So me and Sketty were rooting for The Rock. And he tells me to hold it. Okay, then the doctor told me to hold his hand strong like The Rock, which of course I tried with all my might. So long story short, the operation went successful. Family background, mostly of Sicilian, Italian descent. Coffee. My nanny grandmother is Sicilian. Her parents, Francesco Cortina and Maria Rosa Honorato, who I mentioned in the last class, came to America in 1919 and 1920 to New York from Cefalù and Polina, Sicily. My grandmother on my mother's side and the Machichis were living in France and the French Revolution, where the king guards were killing priests, as they told me, like I said in the last one. So the Michi family moved to Italy and Naples, and Salvatore Michi met Rosalie Fartita, who lived in Florence, Italy, and they came to America in 1900. My mother's father, Daniel Hahn, is mostly Cherokee and German. The Dumsha family immigration stories that they were full Lithuanian, and Anthony Joseph Dumsha and his wife Patron Kiadis came to America in the late 1800s. My grandfather, Daniel Hahn, was a corporal in the U.S. Marine Corps and fought in the Korean War. My father, Joseph, was also enlisted in the Army. And I have two other great uncles who served in the Marine Corps as well, Dumshas. I do not recall their names. I would have to get that from my father. He's told me before. I did not write it down. Actually, if you Google it, I believe you can find it. But nowadays, I don't recommend that to anybody, because you can put anything about anybody nowadays on anywhere. So get it from resources, people you trust. You know what I'm saying? So I was the fifth born, apparently, of 7 people. Humans. The older siblings was Poopy Fart, Butt Foot. Okay, just kidding. The older siblings were let's see, Mateo, Yusuf, Christine, Benji, and then my younger sisters were Amelia and Kerr. So yeah, I'm a godfather. I don't know why I had to clear my throat when I did that. I'm a godfather. I'm the godfather. Nah, it's cool. I mean, whatever. I was the only one. The coffee's getting to me. I was the only one of my siblings to have the physical traits of olive skin, dark curly hair, and dark brown eyes. Oh, big deal. And out of 7 siblings. We also had our half chow, half golden retriever, Mandy, who in our family was in our childhood, and she's awesome, up to my young adulthood until she passed away on Memorial Day 2016. But she always with us, y'all. Our dogs go to heaven. We then adopted our next beautiful puppy, who's kind of a little shit. Excuse my French. Libby from Lebanon, PA, who's also a little shit. She's a golden retriever and half collie. Yeah, she's a little shit. Be barking on her. Seriously, I gotta call in Mandy sometimes. I'll be like, you better get this girl. She don't respect humans. Nah, I love her to death. Childhood. Growing up, I was a very happy and smiling child. Nothing changed there. I befriended my current best friend, Kung Fu Panda, at the age of 5. I'm giving nicknames, by the way, when I'm doing names, because I don't actually want to say their names right now. I'm just doing nicknames, because it makes it fun. Like, you guys don't care anyways. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to the good stuff about me. At the age of at the age of 5, he was 3, and we met at the Rock Creek Park at his sister's softball games. We've been best friends ever since. We grew up watching WWE, football, Ninja Turtles, Mortal Kombat, Power Rangers, and listening to old school rap like Bone Thugs, NWA, Eazy-E, Biggie, Tupac, and Eminem. I attended St. James Francis Catholic School. From kindergarten to 8th grade, I was a bit of a troublemaker in school. I was kind of a class clown who enjoyed making my other classmates laugh and pulling small pranks on fellow students. I still graduated. I was a good kid. I meant well, obviously. I was a bit of a... Okay, yeah. At age 13, I started to skateboard. I owned a DGK board, and me and my buddies would go on to start our own friendly little skate group. I enjoyed watching Bam Margera, Stevie Williams, and Tony Alva. Of course, Tony Hawk as well. Tony Hawk, yeah, duh. At age 12, I also started watching Survivor. Yeah, we used to play the Game Boy game, dude. I got one of them for my son. Like, it has like all the game, like literally all the Game Boy games on it. That was a good purchase. Got it for Christmas. But me and my cousin Gabe and Josh and my brother Ben, we used to always play the little old school Nintendo. And we had one of them was Tony Hawk's Underground, and that went on to Tony Hawk's Wasteland and all that good stuff. That's dope. And we had like the Mortal Kombat game, the Pokemon games. Dude, that was it. Like when we're traveling, like especially with me, because like I was the youngest boy, so I made sure I had my Game Boy headphones and stuff like that. You know, when things got too annoying, because I would just be like, oh my god. you're gonna bring out the Sicilian in me. So I just had to, and that's part of my way of Tai Chi meditation, breaking away, if you will. We all have our places we go to, you know, whether it be physically, mentally, spiritually, etc. Whatever you gotta do what you gotta do. You know, God loves you. At age 12, I started watching Survivor, which I said before, with my daddy-o, and I love the show, blah, blah, blah. The gameplay was cool as heck. It's kind of like, it's definitely outplayed. It outplayed itself, I'll tell you that. What is it, the season 50 now? Holy crap. Yeah, I stopped watching that. No offense. I mean, if I got on it, everything would change, but, you know, you guys, that's something that gets people with curly hair. Real curly hair. And my father, okay, yeah. I played sports throughout my childhood and pre-teen ages. I mostly enjoyed playing basketball, lacrosse, and soccer when I was young. I also played football, baseball, and wrestled, but did not enjoy it as much as I was a leaner boy. I was like thinner. Plus, I didn't like stinky wrestling boys. I was the one to go with the girls, and they gave me kisses. I also played football. I got confirmed at the age of 14, freshman year of high school. My confirmation name was David Mogol Bagayeko Mohammed Mogli, which I took because I would grow up looking up to God. I was never involved in any horrible behavior or substances. I never drank or did drugs, besides experimenting with marijuana. What, you gonna judge me? Everybody does. I never enjoyed it though, because it would make me feel anxious and paranoid. I remember doing it. We did it down at the bay. Me and shout out to my boy, one of my boys from my skate team. We did it there for the first time. It was chill. It was chill. You know, whatever. It's funny because he actually ended up being the other one, besides me, like in my school to actually go to the military. So it's funny how that works. You know what I'm saying? It's always the ones that you think are bad and whatnot who end up doing the best. Military, babe. Shout out to you, bro. Yeah. High school and varsity sports. This would be fun. This could be fun. I first attended Archbishop Spalding, as I said, continued my Catholic school education. My freshman year, started playing football. This is kind of like a little bit from what I said last video, but it's actually like it's a better, cooler format. Like it's more. I mean, I wrote it down first, so articulate, if you will. Continuing my Catholic school education my freshman year, I started playing football again and was on the freshman team as special teams, wide receiver, and safety. I mostly excelled in track, however, I fell in love with running. This is when I fell in love with running. I went on to be a sprinter, a mid-distance runner on JV. I was only a freshman, and I still competed in championships, competing in the 400, 200, 100, and hurdles. I competed in the regional championships, which was an awesome moment for me because my brother Ben, who's in heaven now, was there, and that was beautiful. It was at Cardinal Gibbons. And I competed in the 400, 200, 100, and the hurdles. I competed in the regional championships for JV, like I said, 400, 4x2, and 4x4. I transferred to NHS, which is Northeast High School, in 2009, mostly because I did not have many friends at Spalding, because I thought a lot of kids were snobby, stuck-up, and rich kids. Looking back at it now, I don't know why I would think that. They were cool. Actually, if I would have stayed there, I probably would have been just as happy and fucking tearing shit up. But long story short, it's because the drive was far and there was money, of course. What? What? Hold on. What? I don't have no crossbait. I don't have any of your stuff. I didn't take any of your stuff. I don't have your. You said your cross bracelet. Wait, hold on. You said your cross bracelet. I don't have your cross bracelet. I don't have your cross bracelet.
Come here and I'll show you where it was. It was just there last night.
I didn't touch your bracelet.
Yes, you did.
I'm doing a video. It's on right now. You're screaming at me. I didn't touch your cross bracelet. I didn't call anybody no names. I didn't touch your bracelet. 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 I just said it a million times. I didn't touch the bracelet, Joe. I didn't touch no bracelet. Why you hit me?
say?
You just hit me.
Lie again.
Yes, you just hit
Lie
me.
again.
Go ahead.
Again.
Come over here and
Lie
hit me.
again.
Come over here and hit
Lie
me.
again and say I ever
Come
touched
over here and
you,
hit me.
lying piece of shit. Lie again and say I touched you.
Okay, thank you. I told you it wasn't me.
Lie
I told you it wasn't me. Yes, you just touched me. You just hit me while I was doing a video for people. You swear to God you're going to kill me? Why don't you come say it again on the camera? Yo, she just knocked on my door and asked me if I took a bracelet from upstairs, and I didn't. And I told her that, and then she kept screaming at me. The duplex, the lady upstairs, and then she started screaming and shit. And then the dude from downstairs came up and tried to get in my face because he's a drunk. He's an alcoholic. He drinks all day, and he freaking I had my phone in my hands, and he slapped me. I can press charges on him right now, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to say any names. But you already know who it is, whoever's watching. I played sports throughout my childhood and preteen ages. I mostly enjoyed playing basketball, lacrosse, and soccer when I was young. I also played football, baseball, and wrestled. Oh yeah, we already got that. Let's see. Okay, yeah, tried for Northeast. I thought a lot of the kids were not. Okay, I went on to have befriended my current friends. Shout out to JPIC and No Name, you know who you are, on the football team, as well as other close friends and throughout high school, including my boy A, and my other boy AA, and my boys from Bar Harbor Road. Sophomore year, I started in JV football as cornerback. And also ran indoor track competing in the 4x2. My indoor track season was cut short, however, due to other issues that, stuff was going on. During the spring of 2010, my buddies and I start to weightlift daily in the gym. The weightlifting pulled off as I went on to be starting defensive back junior and senior year, and also started at wing back, so started both sides and wing T offense junior and senior year. I was an all-county honorable mention senior year for defensive back, and also in the top 100 players, etc., etc. You can check my highlight tape if you want to, and it's cool. Good, it's cool. Every now and then we popped up. Motivates myself to go work out sometimes. I'm always motivated though. I also started at defensive midfield in varsity lacrosse and ran varsity indoor track, competing in the 55-meter sprint, the 4x2, and the 4x4 at the regional championships. A track story is that in 2012, the track team needed more shot putters to compete. I was not a shot putter at all, mostly because I was only 155 and never shot putted. I didn't want to. But I was the next biggest on the team, so they had me shot put at one of the meets alongside my best friends. That was a really good memory. We played laser tag and shit. Yeah, that was dope. All my ribbons are somewhere. I don't know. I also wrestled varsity at 140 junior year, but later quit because I wanted to do track. But it was still cool. I never really enjoyed amateur wrestling, as I didn't really like the concept of maintaining weight and grabbing up on other dudes. Like that freaking guy who just freaking assaulted me. I walked away because I'm the bigger guy. Jacob Israel. I graduated in 2012. See, I don't need that hanging on my head, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna mess up my face. I need this. Nah, you don't worry about it. You catch me outside. For real. Black man. I graduated in 2012. It was an honor roll student of hoping to attend a 4-year college and play football, even though I was smaller. I also worked summer jobs during the off season for sports as a warehouse clerk and Cheshire Crab as a waiter. I was known as a player at my serving job, as I had a reputation for dating multiple girls at one time. I never did any drugs through high school and would only drink very rarely with football buddies during the summer of junior and senior year. Like parties, bonfires, hanging out with girls and whatnot. Alright, community college and enlisting in the USMC Marine Corps. I did not score high enough on the math section in the SAT. However, I attended Anne Arundel Community College for fall 2013. My major at the time was criminal justice, as I wanted to be a police officer. I saw my good friend and football buddy was enlisting in the Marine Corps. I talked to him, and during one of my runs, I decided that I wanted to enlist as well. I finished the fall semester and was a pulley and squad leader at my recruit station in Glen Burnie. Shout out, love y'all. I went on to fall in love with distance running, as I was always the fastest runner by 30 seconds or more at every recruit station. During my liberty at boot camp, I wrecked my 99 green Ford Taurus. My mother got me the car, 16, I already said that earlier. We both did, from my good friend and football teammate at the time, Dylan, and his father. Love you, rest in heaven, forever and ever. He's like my father, man. It was after a long night of partying, and I swerved into a parked car trying to avoid being hit by an oncoming speeding car. I was not used to driving or partying due to being away from, active duty training for so long, and I made a very dumb mistake. I was only 18. 18, 19. I'm almost done. 2013 active duty training for USMC. I shipped off to Paris Island on February 11, 2013. I was also the fastest recruit in my platoon of over 50, and I was in the 285 and above club for the still am, obviously, what I'm doing now, for the CFT and PFT, and also shot expert with the M16. I was mostly a quiet and respectful recruit and Marine. Later in the second phase, however, a new DI came in, and he would, let's call it slay me, pretty much, work me hard in a good way. This is the Marine stuff. Due to my loud, slay me almost every day. I also got slapped around one time by the senior DI. You're not supposed to, you don't touch them back, by the way. This is military shit. Like, I'm not even going to go into that. Y'all don't even know. Some shit like that happened. I'm not even going to go into it. You don't want to see corporal Dumsha. You do not! Excuse me. Like I said, I'm bigger, better, all that good stuff. Cracker. Esau, what's wrong? Let me some still. Anyways, then because something with the guy to the platoon was a piece of crap, so I told him what was up. I would continue during basic. I would continue my player ways in a good way. Lover boy, as I would write a couple of different girls at once. I could not decide which one I liked more. Seriously, I couldn't decide. I loved them all. They're beautiful. I graduated from the 3rd Battalion Lima Company on May 10th, 2013 as a new private of the Marines. I went on to MTT during the summer of 2013, where I was stationed at Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, and I trained to shoot light machine guns, heavy machine guns, .230, and throw grenades. I graduated with Fox Company on June 18th, 2013. I would go on to stay in North Carolina. However, at Lima Company, oh yeah, by the way, my boot camp, it was Platoon 3037 Lima Company, 3rd Battalion, for boot camp, basic training, Paris Island. I had Sergeant Walker, Sergeant Gonzalez, Sergeant Burke, and Sergeant Elbridge. Love you guys. Super Fidelis. Hoorah. However, my previous unit in DC shut down. They were switching my MOS. I finally went to Fort Lee, Virginia for MOS school. During MOS school, I was a squad leader once again. I graduated from MOS school in October 2013, and I finished my active duty training. I was then stationed at my new unit in my hometown, 4th Combat Engineer Battalion in Baltimore, Maryland. Reserve, small-time jobs, I returned to college. When I returned home, I bought my first car. This is going to be longer than the last one. It's worth it, though, especially with what happened. Hopefully I can cut that out. If not, then I'll write something in the description how to just skip it. Mute it, skip it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. When I returned home, I bought my first car by myself at 19. If it was my blazing blue 2006 Nissan Sentra, I went on to return to college once again. I started attending college at AACC, but I switched my major to exercise science and health exercise. I wanted to be in a field and study something I was more passionate about, and my life was about fitness and sports. I also did not wish to be a police officer because I'd rather try to better people and make their lives easier by training them physically, mentally, and spiritually instead of making their lives tough by arresting them. When I was in my late teens, early 20s, I would attend AACC and work in small part-time jobs like Royal Farms, shout out to the wifey, warehouse clerk, Cheshire Crab, and Pizza Hut, mostly as a waiter and customer service. In 2015, I transferred to Salisbury University, hoping to graduate from a 4-year college, which I did, from college. My older sister and I were the only ones to attend a 4-year college out of my siblings so far. I also met my wife, all that good stuff, I lovey-dovey good stuff. When I returned home, I also began to write music, hip-hop, and record songs with my childhood best friend, who was an aspiring rapper. I went on to record my first track I really put up on SoundCloud, which is the Ignite Burn remix, and from there I do what I do now, which is just freestyle stuff. You know, I don't record anything, I just do it just spiritually and for myself as a Hayoka's Cherokee. Yeah, but we also made songs like Destiny and Owl Victory with my other buddy, the No Name, and a Soldiers song called Soldiers, I'll Be Fine, Alternate Lifestyle, Be More Way, and her song about one of my shawties. And that was under the name, my first name was Rocky, hip hop name. And later I changed it every now and then to, like, you know, other stuff. I say before in other videos, you know, the art part of it. 4-year college, Salisbury Club football and track, survivor, dreaming. I attended Salisbury in my early 20s, studying exercise science and a minor in philosophy while balancing the Marines, where I was a Lance Corporal. Working as a waiter, I was pursuing a return to play football at Salisbury, but due to my obligation to the USMC and school and my schedule, I did not associate well. I was trying to out for the track team as a distance runner, but the coach told me my times were not good enough. I went into that one and another one. It was pretty much bullcrap to make the team and to focus on school and the Marines. I was running 17:49 minute 3 mile, which is fucking dope as shit. Fastest at my unit in Baltimore, Fort Lee, Camp Lejeune, and Paris Island. So yeah, that was unfair. Out of around 350 Marines at each unit. In my early 20s, I would apply every year to hopefully be on the show Survivor. Oh yeah, going to that. It's kind of stupid. I decided I wanted to become. Oh yeah, at one point I wanted to even be like a pro wrestler and stuff. You know, everybody does when they're little. This is when I was younger. I used to watch it a lot. One of my friends, PIC, actually did amateur pro wrestling. Shout out to you, buddy. Good shit for you. As you can tell, me and my friends group, we go on to do things, man. We get shit done. I looked into wrestling schools and all that stuff. I remember that. But it was too much money. Also too difficult. And I had family, I had loved ones, and I had to work. I was in the Marines. I had college. Most of all, I had my girl, you know, and my kids. But yeah, straight up. I was then out, okay, yeah, I started all that stuff. Okay, ready for this one? Fatherhood. Dominic Samuel Dumsha, born May 18, 2017. In November 2016, near Thanksgiving, I was told we were having a child. I was having a child. He was conceived in August when I got home. He was conceived in August. Well, yeah, okay, I don't want to get a shot. Okay. This can be... In December, we found out he was going to be... oh boy. Yeah. During the time I graduated from college, a degree in health and fitness, and I gained my personal trainer certification in early 2018, so something like that. I found out, I began my degree, yeah, I got that. Started new jobs, working jobs at Planet Fitness. Been working since I was 16, like I said, so I was doing that besides doing my thing in the Marines. I never really got to do anything like this with my entrepreneur until now, or at least probably actually after my brother passed away in heaven. That's kind of his way of helping when I got started, so everything happens for a reason. God bless. Yeah, so I got promoted to corporal in the Marine Corps finally, yeah, I remember being before my school, with my son. I was nervous, a little scared, but mostly ready to be a father, and couldn't wait to raise him. And now he loves me to death, and I love him. So done pretty darn good. Teach him everything. And I just love to just look at my boy. Just look at him. You know. During this time, I also began playing. But I always play football, sports, and other. Yeah, so my son, his name means of the Lord, or Lordly. He was born on Thursday night, May 18th, 2017 at 10:47 p.m. I remember that morning when I was woken up at 6:15 a.m. We drove to Johns Hopkins Bayview. I drove Johns Hopkins Bayview. He was 6 pounds and 13 ounces. And last meal before, I had Chipotle, we had McDonald's. I remember that kind of stuff, you know. Jacob is right. He was 20.47 inches long, and he said "Dad" for the first time to me on May 13th, 2018. Summer of 2017 onwards has been quite memorable and life-changing, to say the least. Stress and anxiety started to get the best of me at the age of 23 with so many drastic events and drama happening. I started by getting a raise at my jobs and whatnot, but money's not everything, I'll tell you that. You learn that real quick. In the morning of July 6th, I remember, this is like deep stuff. My chest started to hurt quite badly going into my back. It felt like a stabbing, and that was very painful. I thought it could have been a heart problem. I took an aspirin, and my BP was like 162/1/3, which is very high. I went to the hospital and told the EMT that this started after I had a bad dream about being at war. A couple of them told me this could be a form of PTSD, not only from the Marines, but from my childhood, and as you can tell, surroundings. My heart and everything else was completely healthy, and it turns out it was from low potassium and dehydration, while also being so stressed and anxious from working full-time, finishing up college, dealing with my family, adapting to our newborn, and of course the stress from the Marine Corps. The next day I was completely healthy. I now eat healthier, pray more, and relax more. God will take care of the rest. I started to live a more religious life as a Catholic and connect more with God and Jesus by use of Bible studies, church, and religious videos. It worked, and I reconnected my spirit with God and became strong in faith again. I also did this because my wife and I, oh yeah, that good stuff in the cat is there. Some of my childhood heroes growing up were Ray Lewis and Shawn Michaels, HBK. They were both men of faith who, at a point of their lives, were as low as me. Well, fair to say they were much lower than me. They were men of God, and well, we're about the same, you know what I'm saying? They were men of God and faith, but fame and other things got in the way of their lives, and they were going down a dark path. They both regained their strength and faith. And preached the word of Jesus. Not only changed their lives, but lives of others, lost souls. I was a lost soul, I would say, from like 21 to 23. I started reading this book Shawn Michaels wrote called Wrestling for My Life, AutoBiography. It was about his journey of faith to be a born-again Christian and remaining that way to escape his demons and party life. I'm not comparing myself to any other human being, as every man has his own demons, and as I went off to the Marines at such a young age, 18, and the youngest in my platoon, I was a jock, which is an athlete, set on being the best and showing off my skills in all aspects of competition. Although I remained a man of faith throughout training, when I returned to small town America, USA, my soul and heart was still in the Corps. I was a Marine who excelled in college and got my health and exercise degree and personal training certification at 23 and attended Salisbury and AACC and Towson, while also working jobs as a cook, waiter, warehouse. A cook is a chef, waiter, warehouse clerk, delivery driver, and of course at the gym, Planet Fitness trainer. I also strive to be the greatest father I could be, at a young age after just turning 23. I wanted to become a wrestler myself, all the dreams I had, so the Survivor stuff, that was all, in the back burner and left there. Through all this, something was lost. It was my head was there, my health was there, my wits was there, my heart was there, my soul was somewhat lost. I have always been a spiritual and emotional man, but I lost the light of God for a bit. Everyone knew me as the life of the party, as Sam Dumsha, the Marine, the jock, the drinker, the wild man, Salisbury partier, always smiling, cracking a joke, Jacob Ishmael, chugging a brewski, of getting the ladies and not caring about superiors. I prayed more and more. I cried lots of tears of sorrow, happiness, thankfulness, and hope. This was a good thing. I was becoming myself again. Every time I laughed and smiled, it was real again. It is real. There weren't tears behind my smile anymore. If there are, it's tears of joy. Look at that. Oil wise. This was a good thing. I was becoming myself again. Every time I laughed and smiled, it was real. There weren't tears behind my smile anymore. I looked at my son, holding him in my arms, and look at him, and I cried tears of wonderful joy, like I was saying. That's my boy. Even though all my troubles, demons, partying, and fast lifestyle, I remained intact. I lost my soul for a little bit, at least I thought. However, I look back at it now. I was, once again, pretty dramatic one night. One night when I was tossing and turning in our bed, I was having nightmares, cold sweats, and all that. I heard a voice saying, "You are saved." It was God. A beautiful and gentle voice, and then smiled and fell asleep peacefully. Now, I'm not going to say it was the voice of God. He talks to Samuel. It could have just been, but the fact is, I heard it, and I was back. God truly has a special plan for me, and I will continue to pray about it, and also pray for my loved ones, my enemies, and my family. Stay happy, and I love my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Message to my son. I love you, son. God has a plan for us. I'll be with you forever and raise you to have the greatest childhood ever and adulthood, etc. And I will try my absolute hardest to assure that happens, my son. Through my blood, sweat, and tears, smiles and laughter, whatever we go through, storms, tides, ups, downs, heartache, whatever it may be, you can come to me for anything. Everything will turn out the way it should be. My Dominic, my kid Flash, my Mowgli Jr., my boy, my best friend, my son. Almost done. I'm glad you found your bracelet. Next time, don't freaking start yelling at people and screaming them and harassing and assaulting them for no reason. I can put charges on both of you. Redemption and new beginnings. It's a new beginning and it feels good. It is the end of, it's the beginning of 2022, just about, and I'm making moves as an entrepreneur. And etc. Balls. Oh yeah, here we go. So anyways, when I was going through that, see, everybody goes through their dark, high and low times. So when I was going through that, follow up on that, because a real man talks about the dark things he goes through and doesn't take it out on other people just because he can't look in the mirror and he hates himself. A real man talks about it. These people are cursed like shit. Thank God I'm here, right? Yo, for real, I was helping my girl save money in the bank for a college fund, however, the car got totaled, yo. And then I broke my ribs, Adam style. It was painful. I went to physical therapy. Shout out to Patina. They've been helping greatly. I was fully healed. I found that my upper spine to my neck is misaligned and my lower back is a little tilted to one side. Also, the side view from my neck is so it's too straight, most likely from military training, as it's supposed to be curved a little. In 01, the HOV side. Okay, never mind. On fire, yeah, yo, I was, oh shit. You good, girl. I was, okay, so yeah, when I was going through that stuff, I was low, right? Shit happens. But I took it like a man / Marine, and I learned from this, and I never gave up. I started working more and working out more and connecting to Jesus more, and my family, my loved ones, my girl, my son. I knew that my destiny was not to keep drinking and getting in trouble, and getting drunk, going out, and etc. And getting in trouble, that was never my destiny. I'm a Marine. With a college degree, and many people and friends look up to me and love me, and I have a responsibility, and most importantly, I'm a father. and a husband. I heard the song "Whatever It Takes" by the Imagine Dragons, and I knew this was for me. For me. Fancy sauce. The lyrics fit me, my life, my strength, my will, my situation perfectly. I know what I have to do to better myself, for my son, for my family, and I got the inner strength, the heart, the will, the wisdom, and I will not fail. I will not be tainted by toxic enemies. I praise to the Lord. I praise to the Lord. God bless the broken road. Rise and overcome. Never give in and never give up. Yeah. Never give in, never give up. Rise and overcome. God truly gives His strongest warriors the toughest battles. While I was getting clean and all that good stuff, just from drinking, and we're just stopping drinking pretty much. I did the aftercare, all that good stuff. I actually did steps from drinking after my second DUI and ish. Yeah, that's stupid shit. Blah, 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 blah. Long story short, just more shit about that. I really, damn this. A lot of false accusations and slander I had to defeat, which I still am working on it. People stalk me and gaslight me, and as you can tell, they're very violent, evil people out there. But luckily, I have God on my side and my loved ones. Graduating college, personal official. I'm the first member of my immediate family to graduate college. I successfully paid off my tuition, had a great GPA, etc., etc. Finished my enlistment in the Marines, now we're getting up to where we are now. The tides of destiny are upon thee. The whole story of Samuel Jacob Dumsha and his adventure has changed for eternity. Scriptures to my future self from December 2019. Sam, you never gave up. You never gave in. You graduated from college. You have a young child. You're a husband. You're a great father. You continue to serve proudly, defiantly, courageously, and gladiator-like in the Marines for over 7 years, and going strong. Being a top shooter, earning the expert badge, highest shooting rank for all years served, first class PFT and CFT for all years served, including having the fastest 3-mile run. Never stopped that running. Earning the nickname of the Flash, working jobs, keeping true to myself, my soul, and my dream, while also facing changes and false accusations and slander, and beating the odds and defeating them by true instigators and manipulators. The enemies have been defeated because they are all later expunged anyways, if they even mattered, which they don't. You never gave in, you never gave up, you kept running. You had negative 90 cents in your account at 24 in December 2018. Then the whole story and adventure changed forever. Amen. And with that being said, I'm doing pretty darn good. Fatherhood. Life is wonderful. Light as a feather. This was on February 5th, 2019. I wrote this when I was with my son at a park one time, and I was just really deeply thinking. I don't know if any other parent, father feels the same way, but when I'm near my son or spending quality time with him, whatever we may be doing or wherever we are, I just feel absolutely complete. And my whole feet, legs, and whole body feel light as a feather, and I feel finesse as ever. I'm already athletic and fit, but this feeling is something I cannot explain. And it's like I'm floating, like I'm able to do absolutely anything in order to provide happiness and protection for him and my wife and my loved ones. Like a superhero, if you will. Let me look at 144. I know what God has given me and our angel. This was all part of the plan. At age 25, I can say, now 27, I can say I'm a very happy man. I just want to give my son the most fulfilled, happy life possible with all my heart and soul. Amen. New life, a new story begin, getting far away and never looking back, whatever that may be. I'm getting as far away from here that this is back when I was 25. Oh no, I don't want to read all that. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I'm not going to that one. I was really cocky, but we all get cocky. I think I'm about done. I can just post the other one. The last one chapter is missing. Oh no, it's right here. I found it. Samuel Israel David Dumsha. This is perfect. This is at 1 hour. And then I'll let y'all go. Just kidding, never. So yeah, that was the intonation. Birth name, Samuel Jacob Dumsha. Or maybe it was just me the whole time. Or God. Or a soulmate lover out there who's got me through it. Only time will tell. This last couple sentences were written, I'm finishing up now, but I wrote it initially in June last summer. Actually July 19th, last summer. I fear nothing. As I said in my song Ain't Night Burn remix, I stand here unbroken with someone special by my side. God will give me another chance at love. Well, this is back when I was big dramatic. I've always had love. God gave me, there you go. God gave me another chance at love, and I rocked it. Elopement, matrimony, diamonds, Pride 22, Bride to Christ. Negative positive real quick. Hashtag diamonds. Until next time, deuces. Sammy Dumsha. Actually, I shall continue my doing what I do, entrepreneurship, and do what I'm doing now. This is the most thing. If I fail, then I fail. God will lead me another way. That is the most beautiful thing about life and love. At that, God will take care of you. I have been around and have met and seen many people and places, and I've done many things. I love many women. Many women have loved me. I love me. My middle name should be Faith. Because it's forever just enshrined in me and my soul forever. Whatever happens, happens, you know. Work comes last. Money isn't a problem, as I am in love with queens who make the perfect amount of it. LOL. That's just a joke. Wishful thinking. It's a quote from Big Daddy. But not for real. Which could be nothing. Exactly. Because we don't care about money. As no one should. Money is the root of all evil. Family comes first. My son, family, and my special girl. I served proudly for 8 years in the Marines, getting out at E4 Corporal. I graduated college with a personal training certification. A loving father overcame drinking abuse. This was the hardest battle of my life at 27. It wasn't really, I just partied a lot. I dedicate the rest of my life to God, Jesus, family, and myself. Hopefully my destiny girl is right around the corner. Whatever that means, we shall see. I truly believe whoever I'm looking for is looking for me. It will be divine, just like forgiveness. And I did find her. It was forgiveness. And as Merlin said in the movie Sword in the Stone to a young King Arthur, love is the greatest power, thing, and magnet in the universe. Greater than gravity. Sounds like heaven to me. God bless, and I shall always remember as I continue my education, working out, life as a man of God, religion, art, song, and love. Everything hinders on hope. Hashtag Iris, hashtag Yennefer, Israel, Maria, Emmanuel, Ben David, Seed, Sammy D, rest in peace, Brother Benjamin. See ya! Just the last thing to add. I'm really enjoying small things in life again, like food and movies. Like, okay, I'm done. I talk too much sometimes, or maybe it's the opposite. Hello. I don't know, who cares, right? Adios, and as Lucy says in the movie 50 First Dates, mahalo for the ego boost, brah. Love you all. Don't let the negative energy and naysayers get you down. And as you can tell, I'm the full article. And what I say, I do. I talk the talk and walk the walk. And God made that happen for a reason. In that video, with that negative bullcrap. See what I do? Blessed forever and ever. I love you. Stay cool. Alright? And like everything I do, Ark of the Covenant, did it legally, more than legally, beautifully, gracefully, able bloodline prodigal. Stay prayed up, y'all. The heart and soul is well and protected, baby. I got you. Moana swag. I am Samuel Dumsha. This is my book.